Death, taxes, and the Barcelona program winning games. These things tend to always be automatic, especially with this incredible group of girls that we have here and the incredible program that the 04s have put together. Not only the Barcelona, but the River Plate as well. When I came here, and Albertine and I, we kind of centralized the club. We thought about age groups where we're going to start that we can really sink our teeth in at the time. And this 04 age group was definitely one of the first ones that we could really work with. They were young enough and we could put our stamp on. It's ironic, Albertine and I, we both played at this club. Our celebration at the end of the year was shaving his dad's head. So this year, I don't know, no pressure, Aaron, if the team goes on. It's also crazy too. Our team, when we were U19, we had the pleasure of beating a team from FC Delco in Pennsylvania. Lane Kohler might have heard her dad complaining about that game in the semifinals when you lost. So it's crazy how this all kind of comes together circular. That's right, Will was on the receiving end of an MVLA beating during that national championship semifinal. But we won't talk about that tonight. It's not Albert. What?
I think he's not here right now.
You're right. I know. I looked in the crowd first.
But I will report back.
Please do. It's crazy. This is one of the first groups of young people that I've had a chance to get to know. Obviously, it's an amazing group. Aaron has done such a wonderful job with these ladies. I remember when they were at Foote College, just shooting balls and their little goals in their pods and having games. And then, of course, Paul Ogie, but also we should give credit to Adriana Tony, who had the 04 boys for so long, and of course Simon Weiss, who is a player represented tonight. So on behalf of MVLA, this is probably one of our favorite nights. I have 3 young children of my own, and as a parent, I would almost be in tears if my kids had accomplished maybe a tenth of what you girls have and our young men have accomplished here tonight. I think it's just amazing achievement, not only to go to college, but to continue your soccer career. It's really the best of the best for all you guys, and I just wish you guys good luck. From MVLA, this is always going to be a home, whether you were here one season or one decade. We like to think of this as a big family. Aaron and Albertine, I know you guys conceived the 04 program. You were lucky down the road to also receive some decent coaching from Paul and Afshin as well, and Simon. And I know we've got a lot of 04 coaches in the bank for the development of these girls. I know you guys came from different clubs as well. For me, Albertine's dad was my coach, and it really left a great impression on my life. And it's one of the reasons why I chose to come back to MVLA, because of such a rewarding and positive experience I had with the game of soccer. I came back here to help give back. Obviously, Aaron and Albertine, Paul, Afshin, Simon, Ogie, Adriana Tony, all of them have given to you guys in some way as well. And we want to thank the coaches as well. They're so special for their movement. So if we can just give them a quick round of applause. I skipped ahead here, Angie, because it says introduce coaches at about 7:49, so I apologize for that. Well, enough of my voice. I think you want to hear from the stars of tonight, and that's this group to my left. I'm supposed to introduce each player. They're going to stand up and just say a few words. There's a lot of you, so I know just make it heartfelt and make it from yourself. We kind of get right into this right away. Unfortunately, it goes just right down the road, but normally it's ladies first, but I will start with Kieran, if he wants to get up and say something, and that way I can let the rest of the Barcelona program kind of get on with it. But if you want to stand up and just say any words, it doesn't have to be long or whatever you feel like. I don't want to butcher your last name. Is it Kunihiro? Is that right? All right, and he's off to Haverford College, and thank you for being here tonight. It's a great accomplishment for our boys program that you're going on and playing, and we wish you the best of luck, and go out.
Thank you. I'll just keep it short and sweet. Thank you for all you've done for me and my coaches, Adrian and Tony, for protecting me whenever I'm here, and all my teammates and family for sacrificing so much time to me.
From our, it says 03 Barcelona Isino, but I think it's 04 Barcelona Isino. The first person that it has on this list is Ali Montoya. She is going to Stanford University.
I would like to thank my amazing parents and coaches and teammates for making MVLA one of the best experiences of my life, and I love all the memories that my teammates and I have been able to share, especially when Katie ran into the glass door at my house, and Julia for the whole time with me at practice because I stole her ball. You guys have made me laugh every single day, and I'm so grateful.
All right. Also going to Stanford University, Amelie Kim.
For me, MVLA was the perfect balance of competition and fun. Although there were a few times I was nervous about coming to practice because I thought there might be a surprise beat test, Coach Aaron created an environment that made me look forward to practice and games every day. I can remember my first ECNL Phoenix tournament. After our last game. It was 8 a.m. in the morning. I was covered in mud and soaking wet from playing on the grassy field, but I had a huge smile on my face. I remember getting in the car and telling my mom, "That was awesome. When are we going back?" I cannot thank coaches Aaron and Albertine and my teammates enough. Not only have they continued to push me to be a better player, but they've continuously supported and encouraged me when I've had off days. I'm going to miss playing with this incredible group of people and wish everyone the best of luck at the next level.
Headed to Colgate University, Shred.
First, I'd like to thank my parents for being my biggest fans and just always supporting me. I'd like to thank my teammates for welcoming me this past year. You guys are so cool and just such a talented group of girls. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of this team. And I'm so grateful to have played for so many great coaches at MVLA, Michael Bates, Marguerite, Seth, Aaron, and Albertine. Thank you specifically to Marguerite for just being such a big role model in my life and just going above and beyond, giving me so much guidance and always advocating for me. And thank you to Aaron and Albertine for giving me a chance to prove myself and letting me join this amazing group of girls for my last years at MVLA. I'm just so grateful, and I couldn't have asked for a better club experience.
Sorry if I butchered your last name. Ariel Tom.
Tom, you're good.
Tom.
It's okay.
All right, she's headed to Columbia University.
Firstly, I want to thank my coaches, Coach Aaron, Coach Albertine, for guiding me throughout everything and for all of these years. Thank you to my parents for supporting me along the way. I'm so grateful to MVLA for giving me the opportunity to play soccer at such a high level, and to my teammates who continue to challenge me at every single practice and every single game. And that has been the number one thing that has prepared me for my next 4 years.
Headed to Pepperdine University, Katie Borg.
First, I want to thank Aaron and Albertine. Thank you for pushing me to be the best player and person I can be. Love you guys. Okay. Thank you to my parents and my family for putting up with me and helping me through everything. Like when I forget my bag to play off to all my piercing tweaks.
And thank you to my teammates. It feels like I've just come to MVLA, but I've really been here for 7 years. But like that's just so weird to me. And you guys have like ruined my future any team for me because like no team will be better than this one. Like I won't like any team as much. Thank you for that, and thank you to MVLA, best club. Woo!
Headed to Princeton University, Caroline King.
Hello. If you know me, I know I'm really good at talking, but I don't want to be the first one to cry, so I'll keep it as short and sweet as I can. When I first joined MVLA, I was like 6 or 7, and I don't think I knew what I was signing up for. I just like showed up and like wanted a fun place to play soccer. I've been playing like AOSO and I wasn't feeling it there, so I was like, I need to do something competitive and fun. And I ended up on Aaron's team, and I had no idea what I was signing up for again. Like, middle of 6th grade, it was like, okay, let's start thinking about colleges, and then 7th and 8th grade, okay, like, let's get a list down, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, this team could, like, take me to college, and obviously it has, and obviously with the guidance of my incredible teammates and my incredible coaches, I've made it here. And I think the most important thing is big thanks to my family, my mom and my dad, and my brothers as well for coming and supporting all of my events, even though I'm sure they haven't always wanted to come. And a huge thank you to Erin and Albertine, specifically Erin, who sometimes has been like a second mom. I've talked to my mom. She was talking to me the other day. She was like, Coach Erin's probably spent more time with you than any of us have, which is probably true. So special thanks to Coach Erin. But this team has been very welcoming to me. I came from the 03 team. I was one of like 2 players that came from the 03 team because they left me to go to college, which was rude. But these guys have been incredible and welcoming, and I'm so thankful for everyone that I've been able to spend with them. And as has been the repetitive theme, I'm very confident that going to the next 4 years, I'm going to be prepared mentally, physically, and just in all aspects because I have such an incredible group of girls and coaches and leaders and parents that are supporting me along the way. So, thank you.
Headed to Northwestern University, Arizona.
First, I want to give a big thank you to my parents for being like my number one supporters and helping me become a better myself. And secondly, I want to give a big thank you to Aaron Robertson for everything they did for me, for advocating for me, everything is going to see them. I know my God. Third, I'm really thankful for my teammates, and I'm really thankful for the best people and players like I've ever met. And they made my 8 years at some of the best years of my life. And I'm really excited.
They said don't try it, but they also said they appreciate when you do try to pronounce her last name. Headed to Stanford University, Raya speaker coach.
I just want to thank Erin and Albertine for everything you've done. I came a lot later than a lot of people, but it's been like the best team I've played on. It made me feel so welcome. My last name, practicing it every practice. I've really loved it. So thank you.
Another Stanford University, Jasmine Akey.
When I came to MVLA 3 years ago from a rival team, I honestly had no idea what to expect. I was really nervous going into my first practice, but when I showed up, everyone was so nice and welcoming. I knew that I'd found the place that I wanted to be. So I went off to college, so thank you to my amazing teammates for putting up with me. They have to do a lot of that, so thank you. Also to Erin and Albertine for helping me so much, and then that's my parents, Greg and Maya, that came to support me today. Thank you.
Headed to Long Beach State, Julia Moore.
I'll keep this short because I know I'll just start crying if it's much too long. So I want to thank my parents for always supporting
then finally, the teammates, thank you guys for always putting a smile on my face and making me the best person I can be. I love you guys.
So on this list, I've got going to the University of Chicago, Lane Cole.
I just want to thank my parents, my grandparents, who are also my siblings who are always supporting me and taking me to countless practices and tournaments. Thank you, Aaron and Albert, my coaches, and all my teammates for just always pushing me to work my hardest to be the best player I can be, but also the best person I can be. You guys have really made my past 6 years that I've been out here is amazing. And, I love you all.
So I see I've skipped around a little bit, but that's because the list, the way it's written is. So I'm going to actually start back here to going to Chapman University, Casey Gilligan.
Hello, I just want to first of all thank everyone for being here tonight. I want to first thank my parents. I swear they have been to every single one of my soccer games throughout my whole career as a kid, which is crazy because there's been a lot. I want to thank my teammates for always being there for me and being really goofy at practice. And I want to especially thank Emma and Andrea because I'm always talking to them, and I know I annoy them sometimes, but they keep that to themselves. And then I also want to thank all my MVLA coaches, Paul and Ashton, for everything and making me the player I am today.
Interesting fact. Her father was my 7th grade basketball coach. No, don't say a word. I couldn't shoot. It's my first organized basketball experience, so just leave it to you. Next, going to Stanford University as well, Ashay Gupta.
I'm so thankful to have been a part of MVLA. I found some of my best friends in all of my teammates, and they challenged me to become a better player in person. I'd like to express the warmest gratitude to my family for supporting me in all of my endeavors, and most of all, I want to thank my coaches, Coach Paul and Coach Ashton. You both inspired me to carry a strong work ethic, persevere, and play for the love of the game. Without you, I would not be who I am today. I've learned so much over the last few years, from decision making to knowing that when Paul says, "Do you want to try something new?" it might end up with Southampton suicide bombing. But most importantly, I'm so grateful to be able to continue playing in college. It's truly a dream come true. If I told my 7-year-old self that I'd one day be playing for Stanford, I wouldn't believe it. But I'm glad I can make that dream a reality.
Headed to George Fox University, Coral Shep.
So first, I would like to say thank you to my parents who supported me and helped me grow to the person I am today. Thank you to all the coaches and players who helped me just on and off the field. And overall, I think I will miss the late night practices and just all my best friends on my team. I can't wait to play with my new team, but I will always miss the loudest cheers, trying to cheer the loudest for everyone. Wait, yeah, trying to cheer the loudest compared to the other teams. And just, I'm so thankful for the opportunities that I'm given. Thank you.
Read me again, if I butcher this. The University of San Francisco, Constantina Gunidaris. Is that right?
First, I should definitely thank my parents, especially my mom for driving me half an hour each way to practice, which is insane, especially after Monday work. I want to thank my whole team for making me feel so included all the time. I came in really late compared to everyone else, but on the teams that they're 6 years old or even younger. So they've always been there to create such a positive, inclusive environment. And I feel like I've created so many bonds that are just unbreakable at this point. And I can't think that enough. And especially Coach Paul and Ash, it's such a positive environment.
guys, that really helped me to be the person and the player I am today. So, thank you guys.
Headed to Santa Clara University, the alma mater of Aaron, Albertine, and myself. So some big shoes to fill over there. Leo O'Brien.
I first came to MVLA in 6th grade, and I live 90 miles away, so my parents have been feeding me an hour and a half one way since I was in 6th grade. And that takes a lot of dedication and sacrifice, and I honestly could not be more grateful for everything they've done for me. And I made this decision to come to MVLA because I wanted to play under the best, and I wanted to play with the best. And there's no doubt in my mind that that's what I've been able to do. And I get to play with them every day, and I get to work for them and grow for them. And I get to sing in Albertine and enjoy their good cooking. And I've just been so grateful for this opportunity to play with you all. I hope to play against you and with you, and just good luck to everyone next year.
Headed to Chapman University, Madeline Ockham.
I just want to thank everyone. I just feel so grateful to sit up here and to be able to continue playing this sport I love. I wish everyone the best of luck because I know that all of us can do amazing guys.
Headed to the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, a little SoCal rivalry. Mila Shaky.
Hi. First off, I really want to thank my entire family. My mom and my number one fan, and I would never have made that because Dad also played in that position. But I see everything from me. I'm so grateful all of all of my days, even after long night shifts. I just really appreciate that from mom and my dad. Thank you so much for just being the most inspiring mentor I've ever had. I really look up to you, and I know if I was even half the person, I'd be very proud. And to my siblings, I didn't think this time, but they have come so many other times, and even when they have to, I'm grateful they put up with me, especially my brother. I wanted him to come tonight if he wants to go to practice, but he's always been my go-to training partner. I'm so grateful to have him in my life, and his older sister. I know all of our sessions together have made me a better player. And then to all my teammates, you guys are the most amazing people I've ever met, and the most talented people I've ever played with. I'm so grateful for all of you. I know I came a little later than a lot of people, but you guys made me feel so welcome, and I just feel like I truly made myself with you guys. And finally, to my coaches, I've had the privilege of being coached by so many amazing people. Kylie, Paul, Aaron, and Albertine. You guys have really made me the player I am today, and I'm so grateful for all of your guidance throughout my summer career at MVLA. Especially shout out to Aaron. I'm really gonna miss you, and just seeing you at practice every day, having you smile on my face and everyone else's face. It's just such a good feeling. Thank you so much for giving me a shot on this team. You really helped build my confidence and turned me into a player. Just thank you for making this team such an amazing community.
Headed to Oregon State University, Los Angeles.
I just want to start off by thanking my parents. So my dad was able to make it tonight because we drive 2 hours each way every day for practice and games. And I just want to thank them for all the sacrifices they gave me, and also my brothers. Just a lot of things. I know I've missed a lot of things to be here, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. To my teammates, I'm gonna miss you guys, and I wish you guys all the best next year. Can't wait to play against you guys. To Aaron and Albertine, I just want to thank you guys for giving me a shot, from discovered player to then full-time player. You guys believed in me, and yeah, thank you guys for everything. Miss you guys.
2 hours. Don't complain about Twin Creeks. Headed to Arizona State University, Maya Wheeler.
to Aaron and Albert too, because they're a picture of me in my house. But I just like from the beginning when I joined like MVLA, I've always felt this like I could always do more, and I always had so many opportunities, and that was thanks to like Albert and Aaron. Always like believing that I could always improve and be better. And that's also thank you to my parents for like pushing me to be the best player that I am today. Would not be anywhere where I am right now if it wasn't for you guys and all your hard work and Jackie. I see you. You did something good. And thank you to my teammates. You guys made me smile when sometimes I didn't want to. Or make me just feel loved when I didn't feel loved. And I appreciate all of you guys' like love and support, especially for my injury. That was a rough time, but you guys made it something. Well, you guys made it a little bit better. So thank you.
Also, one of my alma maters, no one really knows that, but you're going to head to the University of California at Santa Barbara, Sophie Rodriguez.
First, I just want to say thank you to all the MVLA coaches, especially the MVLA team. You've really taught me and supported me over the years. I also want to say thank you to my parents, who are one of my biggest supporters. And I'm also just very grateful, and I feel very lucky to have grown up playing such amazing.
And it's fairly appropriate that the person in the back is also positionally the person in the back. Headed to University of Chicago, Sophia Cezanne.
I first joined MVLA over 10 years ago, and that was my first competitive club team. And I honestly didn't really know what to expect, but looking back, it was the best decision I ever made to join MVLA. Aaron and Albert team, you guys have created such an amazing environment. This team is just so special, and it's just been such an amazing experience for me. I want to thank my parents for always pushing me to do my best and pushing up to my games and supporting me and just helping me get to where I am today. And Joe, my longtime goalkeeper coach, you taught me so much, and I really appreciate all the hours we put in together and all the tips you taught me. And again, and all the team, you guys have just been such amazing coaches, and we've accomplished so much together, and I'm just really grateful for all you've done. And to all my teammates, you guys are so special. You guys are all going to go on to do amazing things in college, and I can't wait to watch your games or hopefully see some of them nearby. But you guys have been my best friends, and I'm just so grateful for everything.
Awesome. Very heartfelt. Awesome. You guys are such an incredible group. All of you. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll say more as we go throughout the night. But at this point, we kind of want you to grab your pens, and we have a little formality of just the ceremonial signing. I'll say on 3, so if you want to maybe put your phones out, or and then. You ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, the class, MVLA Soccer Club class of 2022, please give them a round of applause. Take photos of your little one as they're signing. They can look up at you. Take all the time in the world. You guys spell your name wrong. You may not get it. I guess 2 decades now, along with Aaron and even Simon. Where's Simon? In the back. You guys have really, all 3 of you have just done a lot of great work and make nights like these possible. And I know Aaron, generation, it seems like after generation or team after team, the cycles, the types of players, but most importantly, the type of people that you're able to produce is just incredible. And it's funny how we talk, and I talk to my wife all the time about it, just how amazing this group is. I've met a lot of them personally, whether working at MSA camps or just seeing them on the field, interacting. And I've also met their parents as well. And, I think more than anything that I'm proud about this club, the national titles, state titles, the individual accomplishments in college, it's really the type of families that we attract here to MVLA. And I want to say thank you to all of you because you are a huge part of this. You've supported, and not only the families, but friends as well, and teammates have supported this group through thick and thin. And I know from my own personal journey, and so does Albertine and Aaron, how important families and support systems are. And I just think if there's one thing I think about what the Montoya is and what Aaron is able to do and the types of people that we're able to bring to this club, it's just absolutely amazing. And full credit because you guys are not just incredible soccer players, you're beautiful people. You've got the world at your feet, and I'm really excited for you guys to change the world for the positive in whatever you choose. And so just excited to see what the future holds for this class. So on that note, here at MVLA, we figured out something really early on, and I think Albertine knew it, and Aaron knew it, and it's really that no matter what the website says, no matter what we try to do, and the bells and whistles we give you guys, the most important people are our coaches. They are the MVLA brand to our kids. No matter, like I said, what we do as a club, if your kid gets in the car and does not have a good experience, it doesn't matter anything else. All of our coaches, I'm just proud to say, not only are they great with the tactics and the technique and the coaching, but they're just incredible and really, really fantastic role models and mentors and just positive people. And for me, it's just working with those type of people make me so proud and just make me just happy to call MVLA home. And these coaches that we have tonight, thank you to all of you. You guys are so important to this piece. Without you, MVLA is simply just another club. We're just another club. And the amount of time, your expertise, the dedication, not just to the X's and O's, but to caring about this group, it's just incredible. And you guys deserve a ton of credit, almost all the credit. Of course, the players do the work, but coaches, thank you for being so awesome. So just real quickly, they're going to come up and say something about the players. Obviously, our technical director, Albertine, a personal friend of mine, has been here forever. I think between the Montoyas, they've been here over 40 years of the 50 years that we've been in existence. Aaron Montoya, you've got a lot of players to talk about. I know, even talking to you at Foothill College, you were very sad that this chapter is closing in your life. Simon Weeks, you've really impacted all of your players for the positive, and we just appreciate your efforts. And we know how important you are, not just as a coach, but really as a rock and a mentor to these young girls. Paul Radcliffe, amazing that we can have you devote so much time to our club. Thank you for spending time. I know your daughter has enjoyed her experience, and I know, but really the consequence also is that we've benefited as a program, we've benefited as a club. We want to thank you so much for your efforts, and really appreciate it. You'll say something, and I know this person won't get up, but Afshin Shafi, I know we've been friends for 5 or 6 years now. It seemed like the other day at Foothill College, you just came up to me and just asked a simple question: what can I do to help? And you've created an incredible software system that is now part of over 150 soccer clubs, so you've helped a little bit in Baga. But the more important thing is you're a warm person, and like your daughter said, you're just an incredible mentor. You're always positive. You always pointed it out to me when I wasn't. You're enthusiastic. And I know you've stuck with this 04 Barcelona team because you just love the girls, you love working with Paul, and really thank you for your dedication. Lastly, Aaron Montoya, I think we talked about you, and like I said, so amazing, so incredible what you've done. I know you're nervous tonight, so I won't go on too much. I can't wait to have you talk about the girls who will be last. And one person who's not here, Ogie Kennedy, is the 04 coach. Since Ogie is not here to talk about Kieran, he did write up a few words that I'll say on his behalf for you. I know Kieran, you've been also coached by Adriano Tony, that you gave a ton of credit. Is Adriano Tony in the room tonight? I don't see him, but Adriano has also been with this club for over a decade, a really big part of building what is now a successful boys program. Obviously, you're a trendsetter over there, Kieran, and we're going to get this banquet hall filled with just as many boys as girls. But we appreciate it. We know you have to start somewhere, and we really appreciate that. And we want to thank Adriano Tony for his due diligence. I believe he was with the 04 River Plate program for 7 or 8 years, so really want to point that out in your development. So what we'll do is I will say a few words from Ogie about Kieran, and then I'm going to introduce in this order Paul Ratcliffe, Simon Weiss, and obviously Aaron Montoya to come up and say a few words. Paul, Simon, and Aaron, I'll leave this up here and you can just go off player by player in order. But Kieran, this is what Ogie has to say. It's been a real pleasure to work with Kieran this year. Although I have not had a long time to work with the team, I have really enjoyed getting to know Kieran, and he has been a real positive influence on the team. Someone I have personally enjoyed getting to coach. Kieran has been a stalwart with the team this year with some magnificent performances in a tough season. He is truly a dedicated young man, and this will allow him to make a very seamless transition to being a successful student athlete at Haverford College in the fall. He always shows a desire to get better at each training session and has a natural compete level that will allow him to have lots of future success, both on and off the field. He pushes his teammates to be better at each training session and has been someone that, as a coach, I have leaned on for leadership throughout the year. I am so excited to see him continue to grow on what is an incredible journey as a student athlete that he is about to embark on. They really are some of the best years of your life, and you can meet future friends that will forever be in your life. Such an exciting time and a wonderful part of life. Here, good luck. So, Paul Ratcliffe, please come up here. Paul has a smaller job as the head coach at Stanford University, but he's also developed so many great players, and we appreciate having here. Let me get out of the way.
All right. First of all, I think that MVLA should start their own university because this is a pretty good team right here. But I want to thank everyone for being here. It's a great night to celebrate everyone, and congratulations to all of you. I want to give a shout out to my team that's here for supporting Casey and Isha. Obviously, we celebrate you guys going on to the next level, but I think for me, the thing I celebrate the most is the character, the camaraderie within the team, the relationships, and those friendships you're going to have for the rest of your lives. So thank you guys for coming out and supporting everyone. It really means a lot. I'll start with Casey. Casey's relatively new to my team. I've been very impressed with Casey, her work ethic, her dedication. She's a center back for us, just a great competitor. And it's not easy to join the team later. She's done a great job of integrating herself into the group, and everyone's really accepted her and enjoyed working with her. And there's no doubt you'll do great things at Chapman University, so congratulations and wish you the best of luck. Next, I want to recognize Isha. Isha's going to a little school up the road that I'm familiar with. But Isha's a great story. I remember when she first came to the club, I was trying to figure out what position she'd play because she was kind of good at everything. And she's become a center back for us and really established herself and done an amazing job working on her skills, working on her decision making, and just becoming the total player. There's no doubt she's going to do great things moving forward. But I think the biggest thing for me with Isha is, and for all of you guys to know, is she's quietly worked hard at her game. When we went through COVID, she's one you would know she was working on her own, trying to improve her game, trying to become the best player she could. And she never talked about it. You could see she was working at her game on her own. And I think that's what it's all about. If you work hard at your game and you try to improve, you're going to get big opportunities. And I'm really happy Isha's going to get a big opportunity moving forward in college. So congratulations. Okay. And then Nina. Nina's extraordinary. I remember Nina coming to the club, and we did a tryout, and Nina came and she pulled me aside and she said, "Coach, I'm injured, so I'm not going to be like that fast or as good as usual." And I'm watching the tryout, and she is lightning fast, by far the best athlete out there. And I'm thinking to myself, what is she talking about? And then after a while, she got even healthier after that, and I saw her again, and she is lightning quick, so competitive. Someone you want on your team, a great competitor, a great person. Everyone loves Nina. There's no doubt San Francisco is very fortunate to have you. And I know when she was being recruited, one of their coaches was with me, and I was saying, "Oh, Nina's really good." And right when I said that, Nina got the ball, blew by someone, and smashed the ball in the upper corner. So that was the easiest selling point, Nina, for any coach. So congratulations, and it's been an honor coaching you, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. That's me. Thank you. I would be remiss if I didn't say this. I want to thank Afshin for helping me so much. It's been hard, obviously, juggling two teams with Stanford and everything I'm doing. But Afshin has been my rock, and not just from the coaching, but a great friend. And so happy to see Mila moving on to the highest level as well. So I just want to say thank you to Afshin for all he's done. He's been selfless in supporting the team all these years, because the years have flown by, and Afshin's always stuck with me and helped the group. So thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Paul. All right, up next, Simon Weiss.
All right, I'll start with Casey Gilligan, because I coached her for a while when before she moved. Well, she moved from my team up to another team, and then I got to coach her again, and then she left again to go up again. So Casey Gilligan, the true definition of someone realizing their full potential. Casey is a great representation of what type of player a coach dreams of. She is the first in line for every drill. She goes full throttle. Every practice and every game, every drill, like it's full out, and it's not just running hard. She understands the tactics behind what we're doing as well. She's physically and mentally ready, prepared to play at the highest level all the time. She's also left-footed, so it's whenever you get a true left-footed player, it's always a plus. Because I used Casey as an example and what she was doing, my 09 team would come in train after them or before, and I used to say, "Hey, why don't we work as hard as Casey Gilligan? Hey, try to be first in line like Casey." And so eventually when the 09s would get there, they'd be like, "Where's Casey at? Where's Casey?" And like she became a little celebrity for my 09s because I used her as a role model for them. And they say, "Is that her? Is that her? Where's Casey?" So Casey has been everything that a coach could dream of. I'm so happy for her. She deserves everything she has. She earned it. And her next coach is really going to be happy with getting her as a player. And then Coral Schuffer. So Coral's on the Barcelona as well. So I've coached Coral for several years, and I wasn't sure if she was going to play in college. I wasn't sure if that was something that she wanted to do. But when the family came to me and asked to get some game footage, I knew that the switch had flipped. And what we did is, unfortunately, Coral didn't have much footage. So we, Coral, the mom, the dad, and myself all went to a field with a tripod, a camera phone, and we came up with some drills to showcase her skills and what she wanted to work on. But I think that Coral saw that she wasn't as sharp in these drills. So all credit to you, Coral, that once you saw that, you definitely stepped up your game. You used that as motivation. And I saw a way better, player at practice, at games, because I knew that she realized what it's going to take to get to college. I'm so happy that she made this decision. She went for it. She went for her dreams because she flipped the switch. She said, "I'm going to play in college," and she achieved it. She's also left-footed. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but she is. And another thing that Coral started doing is she played forward a lot for me, and she started transitioning to playing defense as well. And that was, again, a credit to her. And so I know that that's going to pay off, for her in her college to be able to play effective as both forward and outside defender. And I really wish her a lot of success. I'm going to add one more point. Sophie, thank you for all the goals you scored for my Barcelona team as well. Sophie yesterday was a forward, and I appreciate that.
We don't do ringers at this club, son. Never happens. Obviously, last but not least, coach extraordinaire, and really the leader of this pack. She's done it so many times, and I'm so happy that she gets this moment. Without further ado, Erin Montoya.
I am not going to do well. I don't know how they all made it through without any tears, because mine started this morning. So just bear with me, because I honestly have been dreading this since last year. And I thought writing it on my phone was a good idea. Until now, I can't see my phone. So first, to the parents, thank you for being supportive of the players, the staff, the team, and the MVLA community. Thank you for the countless hours spent in the car bringing your child to practice, games, and tournaments all across the country. All of these years, you've been lucky enough to have a front row seat to see them win, lose, get knocked down, and stand right back up. You've been there to see them grow and persevere. Thank you for your patience, for believing in me and the team, and for your friendships through this journey. Also, a big thank you to everyone who has volunteered for various jobs. We've needed help to make all these things happen, from chaperones to hotel duty to field setups to party planning, dinner events, videos, pictures, brochures, college night, and of course the endless duties of as our manager, Carrie. Thank you. To the players. Obviously, I don't care about them at all. Thank you for your dedication, your hard work, and your sacrifices all these years. You've had the power to motivate younger players, inspire them, and leave forever a lasting impression on our club. Winning and championships are memorable, but they come from the strength of relationships. I know you will have many memories and everlasting friendships for life. On your next journey, I hope you will remain confident and believe in yourself, and as our team in Will Kohler like to say, be brave and don't let fear stop you. Ends are not a bad thing. That just means that something new and exciting is about to begin. Just remember, I will always be here for you, and I am your biggest fan. Now I have a few players to talk about. So let's see. So I think I started with, my list starts kind of from the back and goes forward. And I'm just going to share kind of either a favorite soccer memory or something that I remember about them. So the first one
I get a phone call from the parents, probably, I think it was during high school, I know it was during high school season, and I get this call saying, so we had a little accident at the field, and she may or may not be back in time for our first game, which obviously every game is important for us because we're going into our 7-game COVID season that we have to win all 7 games to go to playoffs and have a chance at nationals. So I get this call that she has lost all of her teeth. And I'm selfishly thinking, like, how long does it take for her to get back? I mean, does she need her teeth? She promised me she would be back, and she was. So she made it back in I think a few weeks, and she did everything she could to make it work. So that was one of my memories of her, and another one I think as far as soccer goes, she didn't get a ton of action in some of our games, but one of my favorite moments was I think when her soon-to-be college coach came out and we were playing I think flying changes, and Amy was yelling the whole time, just cheering on Sophia. I think that made me really proud because I don't think sometimes people know how good she is. And I think she was getting a lot of action, and her college coach was all in for that moment. So we got a call later that day. So that was awesome to see. So that was Sophia Sasaki. This one drives a few hours, so we get to see her a few times a week. And we started rooming together, putting girls together in rooms, and we soon found out that she does not know where the food drain is. So she tried to shove a bagel down the bathtub drain and clogged it, and has never lived that story down. Because we're like, how do you think that's gonna work, Maya? So that's an introduction to Maya Sanchez. Yes, everyone loved to be her roommate after that. So something new was going to happen. And probably my favorite soccer memory for Maya was one of our national final games. I think it's quarterfinals. We were playing Concord Fire and this amazing team, and we were just surviving the last 20 minutes. And I like to say it was Maya was on fire because she was our savior that second half and just kind of just got us through the game. So. That was huge. My favorite memory, my favorite game for Maya. This one, nobody believes us. We tell the story all the time. We have a player that rides her bike an hour to practice and back. And so sometimes we have beep tests and things like that that come up, so we have to shove her bike in somebody's car and find her a ride home. But this player, we offer rides, we try, and she's like, I'm good. She's just working our fitness always, and just happy to do so. So that's one thing that comes to mind. And the other one, I think my favorite soccer moment was your header against Solar. And that was just put the game away for us. That was huge. So that was Freya. This next player, I think, I don't think there's a game that you can go to, a practice you go to, and even this event, which she always has the biggest smile on her face. She can get hit through games, she can get knocked down, she can tear her ACL, and she comes up just with a smile. Are you okay, Soph? Like, I'm good. So what I loved about Soph is she did end up coming back from this terrible injury, and just each and every game that she went in, she was just more and more consistent, and her run through playoffs, just as a consistent center back, was just awesome to see after coming back from her ACL. So that's Sophie Rodriguez. This next one, I have to convince her that she's hurt. And we were in our playoff run, 7 games. Every game was important, and she goes down, and we're like, uh-oh, now what? She's like, I'm fine. She comes off for a second. We kind of check her out. She's like, I can go in. The team needs me. She'll do anything for the team. We're like, you are sitting out. So she ends up sitting out the rest of the game. The next practice she comes, all ligaments torn in her ankle. We're like, oh no, Mila,
what do we do now? She's like, I will be ready for playoffs, and she was. She did everything she could. This kid's work rate is unbelievable. The way she practices, I think, is unmatched by anybody. And I think it's just her mentality, her competitiveness is just something that we love to see out there, and we will miss. So I know you have half a season that you'll see behind, but that is Militia. This next player, I think one of my favorite memories of her was actually in a high school game where she kind of took down a rival opponent. She kind of showed up to the game, and in playoffs, she's like, America is not, she's scoring on me. And early in that game, she kind of went into a battle, and one ended up on the track and never came by Karis again. And so that's just her mentality. She's a competitor. And I think defensively, just when you get to see Karis play, and she's always spinning out with the ball, I think it's defending 101. It's incredible to see, because you think the forward's gone, and here comes Karis out with the ball. So that is Karis Stone. This next player, probably one of the kindest, sweetest girls you will ever meet in your entire life. Very quiet, very respectful, and you can only imagine the few times where she has a little bit of a weaker stomach, and she's had to come to me and say, I think I might not be able to play because I might get sick. And I'm like, you might, or you are going to. She's like, I can play if you need me. Like, just step out. So she has had a few moments where she's come out to vomit and get right back on the field like it was nothing. We're like, are you sure you're okay, Polar? Like, I'm good. So again, she is just this amazing, incredible teammate. We also had a moment where her sister came and played with us in playoffs, and this just kind of goes to show this kind of person she is. I sat her down after one of our games. I was meeting with some of the players, and I said, I just want to explain to you, your sister got in playing time a little bit more than you, and I know this is your team, and we just needed a different position at this given time. And she's like, Erin, like that, I wouldn't want it any other way. She deserves that. Like, don't think about me versus Charlotte. Like, we're a team out here. And I mean, she's like that with her family, her siblings, and with her entire team. And I just, you couldn't ask for a better teammate than Paula. This next one, there's never a quiet moment when she is around. I can think of two quiet moments, and one was, she's just talking. And it's all fun, and it's distracting when I'm trying to coach, but it's very entertaining. And I think there's two quiet moments, and one was when we showed up to an 8 o'clock game in Danville, and it was the Winter Mustang tournament. It was cold, and she said, I can't play because my knees are frozen. Like, what? We didn't hear anything else till she warmed up, and that was Maya Wheeler over there. She and Maya and Maya, when they were on the side together, oh my gosh, I gotta sit on the other end because they have Maya and Maya podcast going on, which is very entertaining if anyone wants to be entertained at our games. And what I'm most proud of Maya for is just her fast comeback from her ACL. I've never seen someone come back so strong, so fast, and so positive. She must have had some tough moments, I think, as anyone with injuries, but you would never know because she's just one of the most positive kids out there. And she's come back stronger than ever. So it's been amazing to have you back. That's my Wheeler. This one's been around a few seasons, but I feel like she's been here forever. She's my latest Wordle partner. And we have a million stories about her, but I think one of my favorite stories is the canopies that are right here. Everyone's like, look, if you stand on your tippy toes, can you touch it? And Jules goes, I can't. And she jumps, and blood is coming down her face. And we're like, what were you thinking? She's like, I wasn't. But I can touch it. And we're like, yes, you can, Jules. And so we have a lot of Jules stories, and they go on and on. But that was one of our memories we talk about at practice. And then I think one of my favorite things about Jules is just her attacking ability. She plays right back for us, but she can play in the midfield. She gets assists and goals. She's just such an intelligent player out there, and I know her school will be pleasantly surprised at all of the all the different positions you're capable of playing, and not just playing, but like doing well. So we will miss you. That is Julia. This next player I call my show and tell. So the next time I have little 2014s and 2012s now. So anytime they get to the field, everybody's looking for Caroline. Like, what can Caroline show us today? Because she can bend her body in so many ways that is very entertaining for the little ones. And they're always looking for her at the field because Caroline is 6 feet tall. She is a senior, but she relates really, really well to the 6-year-olds. They love her. They love her. And Caroline has one of the biggest hearts out there. I think one of my most memorable moments, and again, this was not even in club, it was high school. She was playing for St. Francis. Sophia Sasaki was playing for Mountain View. Caroline's teammate missed a penalty because Sophia saved it, and Caroline sprints over to Sophia and gives her a big hug. And the teams were like, people that didn't know those two were like, what just happened? Didn't she make, what just happened? It was all over the papers, and just Caroline being a good teammate from day one to everybody. So Caroline came. This next one we already heard a little bit about. She was known for walking through our glass door. Didn't quite see it. Everybody had a good time with that. And also, I think the one thing I do remember is getting a call from her parents like, do you have an extra jersey? We're at playoffs. No. Yeah, we'll find one. Do you have any socks? Yeah, we'll find some. Any cleats? What is going on? She left her entire soccer bag for playoffs at home. And somehow we managed to replace everything, and she played like it was nothing. So that's just Katie for you. And what I love about Katie and her game is that I just can't believe she's still alive and standing for the challenges that she goes into, little Katie, against these big, massive kids that play similar positions as her. Katie still manages to win every air ball, even though we kind of like turn our head when she goes in for things, somehow she comes out. That was close. So, Katie Gore. This next one is our enforcer. We are very happy to play with her rather than against her. I think she has other opponents fearing her and sometimes her own teammates during practices, but I think everybody agrees that she is a huge game changer for anyone and everyone, and we just love her competitiveness and her passion for the game and her team. And I think my favorite moment for her was she scored the national final goal, so the final 1-0 goal against LAFC. So that's Jazz. This next one also is kind of known for a certain look, I think. She's always wearing the headband with the long ponytail, and in fact we have a couple younger players that we call Baby Ariel and Baby Ariel because they kind of match her. And she also came, I think she has such a long ponytail, one of the times she came to the game, it was the same game that Maya's niece froze. Ariel's hair froze. She was icicles on her hair that we always talk about that. And I think Ariel is one of the most honest people on this team. The rules at practice go through Ariel. If it doesn't go through Ariel, then it must be out or didn't count because it is, that ball was in, that was out. We're like, Ariel? She's like, and if Ariel says it's in. But if she doesn't, then if it's anybody else, then forget it. So what I love about Ariel's game is just her ability to get forward and the balls that she plays. She maintains possession 99% of the time for us, and also her work rate just to get forward and get back and just just her work rate is amazing. So, Eric. This next player also drives quite a distance, and we just appreciate this. I mean, you could be in a car for 2 hours, just both Maya and Leah, and probably be in the worst mood ever. And they always come. They're the first ones to practice. They're the most positive when they arrive, and we just love their commitment to this team for all these years. One of my memories of Leah is probably in Seattle. She went on a nice bike ride with my daughter, and they are now banned from bikes in Seattle. And so there's more to the story there, but we won't get into it. But the team knows what happened, and probably the world because they posted it. So anyway, so we are hopefully going back to Seattle, and we will not be going on bikes. So that was a memory of Leah. My favorite soccer memory of Leah is probably she had this beautiful diving header in Arizona, I think, that put us ahead in one of the games. But I think some of the goals that you score are big time. I mean, the crossfire goal to help for 2-1 win. So there's a game-winning goal over there. This last game, this Mustang goal that I think put a hole in the back of the net. So you have some big time goals there, and we expect to see it next year. So, Ms. Leah. This next player, she came from the 03s, and she's kind of been with, like as she mentioned, with multiple coaches, multiple teams, and you know, I don't think you can find a more positive person in good times and bad. She's always finding a way to find something positive to say about her teammates and make people feel good. And she came from the second team, worked her way just with fitness, with soccer training, with everything you can think of just to prove herself. And we are thankful we were able to give her this opportunity because she's been extremely impactful for every team that she's been on. And I think that she fits in with every team because of her personality and her work rate and her ability to play anywhere up top. I know going into your next team are going to love her. So it's on them. This next player said more words in her speech than we have heard in 8 years. We all love her and want to know more about her. She's a mystery for us, and she is the kindest, sweetest girl ever. But you don't get a lot of words out of her. And I think one of our games, I remember, one of the girls said, "I don't think Amelie's feelings are doing that well." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" "I think her wrist looks a little off." And so I call her off the field. She's on the starting lineup. I call her off. I'm like, "Oh, what happened?" She's like, "My wrist is pointing in a different direction." I'm like, "I think it might be broken." So she's willing to play. Still didn't say a word. So we pulled her out, and she went a cast. So it surely was broken. So that's just Amelie doing what the team wants, doing what the coaches ask. And I think my favorite soccer moment for Amelie was probably her Conquered Fire goal, where I think there were 2 minutes left and we were yelling, "Take it to the corner!" Like we were dying. Maya was like saving us left and right. And she gets some sweet whisperings from her dad saying, "No, go to goal, Amelie." So she turns from the corner and goes to goal and puts the game away, and it's 3-1. I'm like, "Thanks, Nick." So well done. So that was an amazing goal, and that helped us get to the final four. So that's a memory I remember. This next player, I think, is entertaining for us all. You never know what she's going to say. Again, national finals, we're out there, and halftime, it's serious. We're trying to get the girls up, and she raises her hand. I'm like, "Yeah, anyone else see the frog on the field? What are you talking about?" Like, we were just so serious, and everybody starts laughing, and I think that's the one thing about this team is that there's always some sort of icebreaker that kind of keeps them nice and loose and having fun. She's certainly a part of finding ways to to make that happen. I think it's hard for me because I'm supposed to be her role model, and I think she's mine. From her constant work rate, her love of the game, and her ability to separate coach from mom all these years has been incredible. Allie provides instant attack in any game and never stops believing. This kid can run forever. She's a game changer, and I've loved just being a part of her teammates, these friendships, all these years. It's certainly something I'm going to miss. So that's Allie. And I just want to say best of luck to everybody out here. Please stay in touch and keep me posted. When you're down and playing locally, because like I said, I will be your biggest fan. Oh, that's nice to meet you. There you are, Dr. Maya. So Maddie, I forgot. I didn't forget. I skipped. I scrolled too fast. Maddie, I just want to, again, another sweet, amazing personality that's come from the 03s and joined us this year. And Maddie's had some tough transitions through back injuries and ACL and has always found her way back. Again, just always just positive and so sweet to do wherever we need to play her, whether it's moments up top or in the back or center back. She just gives you a smile and says, okay, couldn't ask for anything more from you. I loved, especially the younger years, just seeing her ability. She would take some free kicks from like 50 yards out and create these awesome opportunities and chances for us. And she's always been able to kind of have that range for us. So she's definitely going to do well at the next level. And thank you for that, Maddie. And I think that is it for me. So thank you.
All right, another just round of applause for Aaron Montoya. All of our coaching staff are so instrumental in developing these players. Thank you guys so much. Ogie, Adriano, Paul, Simon, obviously, Aaron and Albertine. Thank you guys. As I mentioned before, MVLA is it's really about the coaches. So my next part is to, I don't know who, it doesn't specify, but it says invite players up for coach thank yous. Do they know, Angie, who to come?
The cards, those of you with cards.
So those of you with cards, you're supposed to come up and say something.
No, not say something. Just give the card that you have to the coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give the card to the coach. There you go.
Thank you so much.
You want to go
I think I'm going to go
time?
first.
You want to go first? Sounds good.
All right, so I did see Sophia and Caroline read their speech on their phone 2 weeks ago. I'm a lot older than them, and this is really hard to read, so you might see me scroll a little bit as I go through this. So I'm Steve Sasaki. Sophia Sasaki is my daughter. And I was the one that got to call Erin and tell her about Sophia knocking out 14 at practice. That was a little bit of a rough day. Our journey with the club started in the spring of 2012. Sophia had decided to accept her MVLA offer, and as a U8 back then, I remember that first spring she played small-sided games at the back of Los Altos High School that spring. And they just got together. There were no teams yet, and they played those small-sided games. Allie, Joelle, and Caroline were her teammates back that first spring. That fall, our very first tournament as a team, we lost. It was the Stanford Classic, and we played Arsenal in pool play, and then we played them in the finals, and we ended up losing that first tournament. But then the very next tournament was the Livermore Ghouls and Goals tournament, and we played Stockton in the finals, and we won at penalty kicks. And I had to dig really hard for it, but I did find the plaque out of Sophia's room from that very first season and the very first tournament that they won. And what I remember about that was they got, I should not break this, I'll put it back in my pocket. What I remember about it was they got a trophy, and the girls had a sign-up sheet, and they passed that trophy around to everybody's house, and some would put candy in, some would take candy out, but that trophy was the first one to make its way around everybody's house. But that was the first tournament, and how little I knew back then. I thought, that was really cool. We won a tournament. We got this plaque. We got this trophy. And you fast forward 9 years, and there are just so many memories. You look at, this team, 2 State Cup championships, 2 Surf Cup championships, 2 ECNL National Championships. Just an amazing run that these girls have had over the 10 years. But most importantly, it's really the memories for the girls and for us as parents. Those are what's going to last a lifetime. Along the way, we became a soccer family. We've seen the country, a lot of the country. Got to see Richmond, Virginia 3 times. We visited a few bars. Some of the parents know. They were fellow compatriots with me at a number of bars around the country as we were traveling. And we've been there for the celebrations and also the tough losses, but we were there as a family and as a team. And those are the memories that I will take away, from the last 10 years. And so on behalf of the parents, I want to say thank you to MVLA, to the coaches, Paul, Afshin, Simon that's here, especially you, Aaron, and our team, and for the goalkeepers here, Phil and myself and Amy, want to thank you, Joe, for everything that you've done for both Maya and for Sophia. We also want to thank Carrie Lee, our manager. She is the glue that keeps us as a team together. I've worked with Carrie pretty closely for the last half dozen years, and I can't thank you enough for all of the support and help that you've given me and to the team when issues have arisen, and we've had to deal with various things that come up. Lastly, I want to congratulate everybody that's up on the stage. Just an amazing night, an amazing accomplishment over your time here at MVLA, and your continued journey over the next 4 years as you play at the next level. And we're all really excited to see what you accomplish. So thank you.
All I can say is wow. Wow, I can't believe it. Time has passed so fast, especially when you're having a good time. And we had a great time watching 04 Barcelona Blue over these years. I can't thank the MVLA staff enough. Aaron created such a loving, caring environment for the girls, but also a healthy, competitive environment where they could thrive, grow. You could just see them blossom. And it seemed like yesterday when all they cared about was who could put on the cutest bow, the blue and white and green clothes, and those suddenly would say, oh, shopping with justice. Then they were getting braces. Then the doggy wars came. One girl would come with the puppy, and the parents would look at each other like, I hope you don't get the idea you're gonna get a puppy. Then you see another puppy. And we were just a puppy team. It was an amazing journey. You girls have given us, I'm sure the entire room, every athlete memories for a lifetime. I couldn't think of a better way to spend my weekend traveling the country and watching this team play. I remember parents from other clubs would ask me, how many hours do these girls practice? They're so precise and they play like little professionals. And I'd say, we just moved to 3 days a week. And they were like, what? We actually practice 5-6 days a week when we can. But it's amazing what they've done, and it was kept healthy. You know, it wasn't an environment where they felt that they had to practice 4 or 5 days a week. I can't speak enough about the environment Albertine, you know, this whole organization that kept together, grown. It's just the community. It's a glue to the community as well, not just soccer, but much more than soccer. It's like so slogan. I love to drive around town and see the MVLA paraphernalia everywhere. and it just really galvanizes the community. Really appreciate what you've done. Aaron, you stole my story. I can tell a story about Allie. I'll repeat it. National championships or the playoffs. You know, Aaron, what did you say to the girl because they were on fire and she said, I was telling you, you need to be more intense, you need to be focused, I need to come together as a group. And Allie's hey guys, you see that song over there? In the middle of give it to the giver speech. So I can stay up here all night, but I'll stop here and just say thank you to the parents. Couldn't enjoy you all more. I feel like I found the magic lamp and the genie just gave me my soccer wishes. Best parents, best club, best group of girls, and just thank you so
much. All right. It says final thoughts, but I did want to give a forum and kind of leave the room to Albertine Montoya. Albertine and I, like I mentioned before, were teammates for 10 years. We played here at MVLA since we were U10. That team was called the Shooting Stars, which our pre-competitive program is now named after. That team was very, very successful. Only to be eclipsed maybe by another team, but I'm not sure because you guys, at that time, they didn't have national championship opportunities every year. It was every 2 years. We only won 1. Somebody else won 2. Lots of envy, but if there is a team to eclipse, maybe our team. It's just an incredible group. So I know Albertine has spent a ton of time, not just with the top UCNL team, but with the program in general. And I know he wants to say a few words, so I want to give him this moment. So please welcome our
Just bear with me because I've been pretty sick. It's not COVID. I like to pretty much get everything out on the field. That's when I do my talk. This has been pretty emotional. I didn't think I would get emotional today just because it's been there for the last couple of days. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be okay. It's, you know, you're just moving on to that next stage of life. But I want to say something real quick to the parents and the all the players. First of all, thank you so much for your commitment your patience, your dedication to the players, the club, and to your coaches. It means a lot. I always say, we're in this together. We're a team. We can't do it by ourselves. They can't do it by themselves. It's all of us. And I try to instill that in our coaches, in all of MVLA. And I just, so everyone here understands, I had an incredible experience playing for this club. My dad made it very special for us and our team. And I learned early on that you can enjoy doing something and being successful. And it involved just finding a passion and something that you care about. So what we try to do year in, year out is, can we replicate that? Can we bring that to our players here at MVLA? And with a lot of help and a lot of support, and I have been at this for a long time, and we've been able to recreate that as much as possible on the girls' side. That's when we first started. And now the challenge is, can we recreate that on the boys' side? And I was joking around with Kieran, and like, hey, you got the ball. I mean, actually, his mom said it, but we want to have this, all of MVLA, where, imagine, but the same equal amount with boys. So that's kind of our goal now, and that's our evolution, where we want to go. I'm asking for help in this instance, because if you talk to anyone out there, just share what your moments are at MVLA. Just be honest. If you've had a great experience, share that with them, because we're true to that. We're just very honest. I think the players know, and this is where I'm going to just touch on this, because you hear me out there on the field, and I am super passionate when I get in a game, at practice, at session. I only know that. That's the one way I know how to do things. And instilling that in our players. But you have that in you. All I'm going to ask is, at this next stage, whether you choose to continue playing or not, right? You're always going to have the support of your parents, and we're always going to love you. So don't think you just have to do this. This doesn't define you. But find your passion. Find your true passion and have an impact, make a difference. Because this group of individuals is incredibly intelligent, and what we don't talk about, it's something that we instill every single day, little by little, is that work ethic, okay? The commitment, the discipline, the way to treat each other, respecting each other, and just being the best form of yourself. This is, you're such a great example of that. And this is why this is such a special group. And the parents, when you think about it, it's like, oh my gosh, it's, wins, losses, but it's the memories. He's got a great memory, so does my dad. He remember every game. I forgot about the games. I forgot about the game that happened last week. But I don't remember. I always remember the moments. There was the moments with, the frog or whatever, things that happened. And those are things that just, those memories will last, okay? So just embrace it, enjoy it, and your next team, okay? Surround yourself with good people, okay? I'm just so proud of this group, and I'm so looking forward to just following your career, and whether it's in soccer or whatever it is, because you're going to have such a huge impact. And I'm so incredibly proud of what everyone here has achieved. So thank you for making it fun and enjoyable for us. Thank you for just letting me kind of be on the side and yell at you, especially the Barcelona team that I spent more time with. And I know I've made some of you cry at times, but it's only because I love you and I care about you. And I know Maya, you've done that quite a bit, and Freya, but and Allie, well, kind of sort of, she just ignores me. But most of you listen to me, so thank you for being patient with me and understanding my passion and letting me be a part of it. And again, thank you to everyone, Joe, our staff, and our coaches that make MVLA special. We're trying to bring that community and coaches that can have a huge impact on these kids' lives. That's what we're about. That's what we try to do. We're not going to get it perfect, but we're doing the best that we can. So thank you for your support, and go kill it. Love you guys.
It says final thoughts here, but I really want to make sure that before I get into that, I want to thank our operations team that are all here tonight: Angie, Kim, Suzanne, and our newest members. It's so funny because Angie, she stresses about all these little details, and it's just an incredible event. The room looks beautiful. Obviously, the people here. The group, but thank you guys so much for your efforts in making this happen. I wanted to make sure I pointed you out, so good job. I definitely want to make sure we thank our board of directors that leadership that allows this club to flourish. Right now, I would say in the 49 and a half or 3/4 years that we've been in existence, I could say the club is one of the best spots ever. And you guys, this program, this class is certainly an achievement and a really big chapter of this club. And we want to congratulate all of you guys and really make sure you know just how special you are. You're going to go through life. As Albertine said, you don't know what's going to happen. This is not an exclamation point. This is just a hint of what you're capable of. This is something that you can put your hat on. So in any endeavor, when times get tough, you can look back and now you have the experience of going through difficult times, and for all of you achieving your goal, but knowing it's not going to come overnight. Someone said it best when they said, all of your dreams are on the other side of hard work. And you guys did an incredible job of getting to this point of your careers, soccer-wise, and as Albertine said, in your lives, and whatever you choose. Please remember the experience that you've had here with our club, with our incredible coaches, and let that help you be confident, be graceful, be poised, and really just go after your goals full throttle. I also want to thank our technical directives. Some of them aren't here tonight, but Albertine, Esteban, Michael, Scott, and Chris. It's a great group. They oversee just an amazing staff. I'd be remiss not to once again mention that our job here at MVLA is really easy because we just have this amazing coaching staff. And they make everything what MVLA is about. And so Aaron and Albertine, you guys epitomize what this club is about, and I think really, as Albertine spoke, trying to create that experience through our coaches for your children is a paramount goal for our club. So I want to thank our coaches in that endeavor as well. I also want to thank all of our volunteers tonight that made this happen. So thank you guys for the balloons and putting everything up. I know Angie got some help from some people, so thank you again. I want to thank not only the families, but also the teammates and the friends for supporting this incredible class. And I'll just leave you maybe with this. I try to think about my own life and what my goals are and where I go. And I think the guy that defined success was John Wooden. And he said, really, success is a peace of mind, attained only through self-satisfaction and knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you are capable. And I couldn't agree more. It's that feeling you have at night. It's that easiness after a tough game or a tough workout or a tough test that you've come out on top and knowing that you put in the work. That's success. And remember that with everything you do. Don't compare yourself to others. Empower yourself. Live through your own standards. And just be you. This world is so full of people trying to fit themselves in a box. With social media these days, Everyone is trying to be something sometimes, but not this group. You guys are too unique, you're too good, you're too wonderful, and you're too fantastic. So to close this night out, we will have photos and everything else, so I want to remind you of that. Once again, I want to thank everyone here for tonight, but really in that sentiment, I want to thank our players who are supporting them. And of course, please give a great round of applause for MVLA's class of 2020. Thank you guys for putting up with me. Have a wonderful night. Have a safe trip home. And we're looking forward to the class of 2023. There's a backdrop for photos and everything there. And have a great night. Thank you. And there's refreshments and cookies.